Hello, fans, and welcome to Chaoscraft. It's just an update here. So they were having trouble crafting tools, so I just completely defeated the purpose of having any basic scientific merit just to find out if they could naturally end up crafting tools. I gave them a starting supply of wood, wooden sticks, and planks. And when I did that, they crafted ladders like it's their job, like uncontrollably, and so we have a ladder town that leads to nowhere. They even, see if I can find it here, they had one where it was making me question another bypass, there we go, somewhat bypass laws of physics of Minecraft, but I'm told that it's not completely unreal that would happen, where there ends up being a ladder vacuum of sorts. So they crafted ladders all day for, well, I guess all night one night, and I came back and there was just ladders everywhere. So, but they did end up eventually crafting tools, which was good. There's still some type of glitch where it doesn't render, but we're looking into it. So like they'll equip something to their hand, but you can't see what's in their hand. It doesn't show up client side. So we got to look into that. With that said, you can see I moved the spawn point, and evidently Rick is floating in midair, but you know, it's about par for the course. And then I added some fun new stuff. It's Generation 4. Look at the biology. I added in 16 bits, which I'm going to drop down eventually, of memory. So they're not really bytes, I guess, bits, but they can store a float variable in there, which then allows them to basically remember things in some capacity. Not really any detail, but you could remember if you've already placed a crafting table or something like that, would be a good thing to remember. But yeah, I'm interested to see where that goes. And then, as you can see in the biology, I've also, you don't have the eyes in here anymore, or the block position inputs. I guess you have one eye, which is basically stares, it's a raycast, which means it draws a line straight out in front of their face wherever they're looking, and whatever context that it can see there. And then you'll see I have what I call area of focus, and this is the big thing that I'm really excited about. I should probably do another video where I draw up how this works, but I'll try and describe it. So basically, I'm going to try and find just one to use. They have, their head has a yaw and a pitch, basically. Like this guy's staring down at the ground there. And, ooh, this is a Generation 57. That's cool. And we can see here, this is their neurons. Wow, this is actually, for a Gen 57, that's really simple. Alright. I get too many set float memories. It's probably on me. So this distance thing, I'm going to try and explain it. But basically, let's just say that they're standing here, like I am now, I'm the bot. They can perceive basically a box of a dimension that's specified. So let's just say 3 by 3. I'm actually going to start it off by like a 1 by 1 box, and then as the generations go on, it'll mutate upwards. Same with the memory. So the higher the generation, the more improvements they can have. So they have to learn how to function with just some basic knowledge first, you know, the world, before they go too much further. But then from there, we'll give them greater comprehension that should make it a little easier. But they can perceive a box of, let's just say 3 by 3 by 3. And the thing I did is, like, I made it so they can actually choose how far out that box is from them. So they can say, okay, I want to perceive a box that's way out in the distance there, or close up. So it's like, I call it area of focus, because it's like your eye focusing on neurons that are closer versus further. And right now, like I said, that area of focus is very tight and the distance isn't that long, but as they get older and the generations go longer, I will probably give them the ability to see wider amounts of stuff. That's just kind of how it starts. So it makes it so the feature set we're using for this is a little bit more clearly defined, but at the same time they can choose what feature set they want to examine, because otherwise if we try examining a box of, let's just say, even 10 by 10 by 10, that means that we're evaluating up to 1,000 different blocks. And when we've got, let's just say we're evaluating for, I don't know, we got 256 different types of entities and my God, and blocks. I'm sorry, long day. Then that means that's 256,000 if statements that we're evaluating 20 times a second for each one of these guys, which is somewhat unreasonable. This is interesting. They're all congregating down here. I wager that oh man, I missed them. I wager there's some heavy dependence on the pitch or the yaw there. I guess that'd be yaw. That would not be pitch. So they're like, oh, if I'm facing this way, stop turning. So yeah, that was the big news for us, is that release last night I did, which allows them to focus. Like eventually he could perceive something out there pretty well. And then it also, limits the amount of combinations you've got, because the more combinations we have early on, the more chances they're dead wrong. So this should increase the rate of learning speed, hopefully. We will find out soon now. So that's the majority of what I've got. I can't think of any fun bloopers or anything like that they've done recently, but they can in fact craft tools now. But if they equip them, we do not see them. So, but we're going to fix that. Alright, thank you guys. I think I had 3 signups for patrons last week, so I super appreciate that. Those of you guys that have been around, like 0xFF for a while, you guys are hugely, I appreciate this. It helps me keep going on this and keep focused. We've got some exciting times ahead of us, so a lot more to do. What's coming up, I guess, is biological mutation, and I think I'm going to play around with either sound, so they can emit a sound and perceive sound, or I'm going to give them the ability to smell and emit scents, basically. So each block would have a scent property, and if you placed it, it'd have a heavy scent property. If you just walked over it, it might have a light scent property, but they could smell stuff that way. And then eventually move towards discover and survival mode, but those are a little bit further out. So, is that a really small Enderman, or am I just... No, wait, maybe. Yeah, he's kind of small. Huh. And of course, he's in a sea of ladders, because they place so many ladders over here. Alright, thank you very much. Patreon/schematical, Twitter/schematical. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're already here. Feel free to like and subscribe and share with your friends. Thanks, everyone.